Thank you for joining us today for our weekly Boingnet 101 webinar. My name is Dennis Kelly. I'm the CEO at Boingnet, and we're going to walk through today the high-level overview of Boingnet and our lightweight marketing automation platform. Our platform is designed for marketers that want a fast, easy, and affordable way to crank out high-quality, personalized campaigns without having to learn how to become a deep, sophisticated programmer. So as we get started here, the first thing that you'll see when you log in is your dashboard. The dashboard will pull together a whole series of different things that you can do. First, we pull the most recent campaign results together. As you can see, we had put out a email campaign recently about a free domain offer, and that's what pops up first on the dashboard on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we've got some resources for you. There's a welcome video that will walk you through the basics of how to get started with Boingnet, a little checklist for different types of campaigns that you can run within Boingnet. We have a tour, and we have a what's new. And so if you want to find out the latest and greatest, what we've recently added, you can always click on what's new. As we scroll down the page, you can access all the most recent campaigns you've worked on and the templates that you've worked on. Templates in Boingnet are where all of your creative work goes. And so we'll spend some time in all of these different sections of the platform today. And the majority of the navigation occurs up here in the upper right hand with these drop-down menus. And so we'll start out today with one of our newer features. We've just added the ability to have domains that you're going to use in your campaign to, you're able to search for domains, you're able to purchase those domains, and then have all of the technical issues associated with setting up your domain managed inside of Boingnet. We've learned over the years working with clients that one of the most challenging things for a client to do is to set up their domain for their landing pages, their microsites, their email marketing. And so by incorporating that into our platform, we can take away a lot of the technical difficulties that folks have had over the years. It's been one of our leading causes of customer support calls. And now with this new feature, we've simplified the process significantly and made it very, very fast and easy and lightweight, like we're trying to do with everything. So as you can see, I've got a list of domains here on the left-hand side. These are domains that I've purchased from within Boingnet. I can also add external domains, meaning domains that I've purchased elsewhere. Maybe I have an old domain I purchased through GoDaddy or register.com. I can bring the domain in, and then all of the appropriate technical pointing that has to occur you can set up directly within Boingnet. If I were to search for a domain, I could just type in a domain name here. Search. coolmarketing.com is not available, so that's already taken. If it were available, then I could simply click and purchase it and set everything up in the background. So next we'll jump over to campaigns. Now that you've got your domain set up, we've got 4 different campaign types that you can utilize within Boingnet. Lead generation campaigns, drip nurturing campaigns, email campaigns, and personalized campaigns. We'll start out with lead gen campaigns. These are campaigns that you use to gather new leads at the top of your marketing funnel. And so typically these are landing pages or microsites with a form that you will distribute through a variety of different means. We will typically see these used in Google AdWords campaigns, social media campaigns, a page that you want to hang off of your website that you want to be able to quickly construct and optimize for lead conversion. You can set up these pages and then apply them to a URL, link to them from a variety of sources. So we'll pop into one of these campaigns first. We'll go to our holiday card. And as you can see, there's a lot of information that we're presenting once you open up an existing campaign. On the right-hand side are all of the pages associated with this campaign. As you can see, we distributed our holiday card across several different social media sites. And I can click on any of those and take a look at what this page looks like. As you can see, we're saying Happy Holiday, and you can click and view our year in review. All of the pages that are generated within Boingnet are what we call mobile responsive, meaning they will shrink and grow depending upon the type of device that you are using to access the page. And so rather than having to worry about building a version for mobile and then a version for the desktop, within Boingnet you can create one page or one email template, and then you don't have to worry about the type of device that is being used. So that's the landing page URL that has been launched. We can access the creative by clicking here. We could also generate a QR code if you wanted to distribute a QR code on a print ad or a poster or something at a point of sale in a retail environment where you want somebody standing around with their smartphone to take a look at your page and fill something out. You can print off a QR code here. We can also access reporting. So Boingnet has tons of built-in reports that will allow you to slice and dice the data in 1,000 different ways. We also integrate with third-party reporting systems. So, for example, all of our campaigns we track both within Boingnet as well as Google Analytics, where we keep track of our primary website. So it's very easy to analyze all of the different activity in Boingnet in a lot of different ways. We'll take an example here. The summary report will give you a breakdown at a high level of traffic for a particular campaign or a particular page of a campaign. You can also access the detail report, which will give you a breakdown of exactly who has filled out a form or who has opened up a landing page but has not filled out a form. Or you can see all the traffic from your campaign, all of your targeted traffic, find out who is open, who hasn't, who's actually completed the action that you want, and then get all of their detail. So I'll just grab a quick campaign here. And we'll show all. And the detail report will list out all of the people. As you can see here, this gentleman, Tom Wild, accessed his page on January 8th at 9:05 a.m. And I can look at all of the detail. He opened the page. And if he had opened any of the other pages, that would show as well. Any of our reports that list out data in this level of detail, you can export into Excel also. So, as I mentioned, there's a lot of different reports. We could spend an entire session just diving into all the analytics. But I just wanted to show you how you can quickly access the report from within a campaign or from the reporting menu here. Next, we'll jump into a drip nurturing campaign. So a typical scenario might be I put up a lead generation campaign where there's a form that gets filled out. And once that form gets filled out, a person is added to a list in Boingnet. And that list can have a drip nurturing campaign associated with it. So what is a drip nurture campaign? A drip nurture campaign is a set of emails that are automatically configured to send out over a period of time after somebody has taken a particular action. So that action could be I filled out a form on a landing page. It could be that I've clicked on an email, or it could be that I showed up at a personal URL that was distributed through direct mail, and I want to have a series of emails that go out afterward. So we'll take a quick peek at how you create a new drip nurturing campaign. Call this test. And we start the drip nurture when a contact is added to a list or when an action occurs from within an email campaign or personal URL campaign. So say if this scenario, a contact is added to a list, we'll pick a list and we're going to add a step. First thing we'll do is send them an email, and the list of emails that you see here are from the template library that you set up of all your different email templates. Say from Dennis with the subject, welcome to Boingnet. Next, I'm going to add a wait. And you can set up a series of emails to be sent out over a period of time. We'll say wait for 3 days. Go to step 3, and so on and so forth. So you create these sequential series of emails that are sent out, and rather than a blast where you're sending to a big list all at the same time, these emails are happening in the background. And so as leads come in and as people do things, these sequences, these timed emails are being sent out on an individual basis. So I'll show you more of a full-blown drip nurture campaign next. So here's one that was set up to occur when a contact completes a form from a campaign on a particular page. So when these conditions occur, somebody's being sent an email immediately, welcome to Boingnet. And then 2 hours later, we have a 2-hour delay, we're sending out a discounted invitation to a DMA event, perhaps that we had picked up. And so the next thing is if somebody had clicked on that email, we're going to jump ahead to a different part of this sequence. So you can set these steps up one by one to make some determinations on what type of email content you want to send to people. They can be very simple, meaning just a series of emails that go out, or you can get more complex and have branching logic occur. So if this happens, then we want this to occur. And then finally, we have an ability to set up a variable. And so if you've got your list coded with maybe the state that a person resides in or the type of company that they are, maybe if you're a real estate operation, is this an investor in a commercial building, or is it a potential lessee that might be leasing space in a commercial building? You can send different content to them based upon how you've gathered information. So they fill out a form and say, I'm an investor. They get a certain set of emails. If they say they're a lessee, they get a different set of emails. So this is a great, powerful new feature in Boingnet, and we're having lots of success. And here's how we were able to combine channels. So something happens on the web, and then something automatically happens in email. Something happens in a Perl campaign maybe that was sent out through direct mail. Then something can happen in email. So you can mix and match your different touch points across different channels for your different audiences, and you can experiment and learn what works best. So, speaking of email, we've got some great email campaign capability built within Boingnet. Here's where you send out sort of traditional email campaigns where you've got a list of folks that you're targeting, and you're going to send them an email template with a subject line. And so as you can see here, we set a subject line of wow. We're using this particular email list. It was sent at this day and time. This is the template that we used. Click on the template. We can open it up right in our template builder. Back. And we can access the reporting for email right here as well. The opens, the clicks, the bounces, etc. If you want the details, you just click on a detail button and get a list of everybody who opened the email. Everything can be exported to Excel, like we talked about before. So, very traditional, very powerful. We've got great email deliverability tools built into the product to make sure you're not getting put into spam lists. We've got a list cleaning process to make sure that we can clean up lists for bad email addresses. And finally, we've got a great unique feature that we call campaign drips. As you can see, we set one up here. A campaign drip is a second email blast that gets sent out based upon the behavior of the first email blast. So, for example, in this case, we sent out to this list on January 5th at 9:15 a.m. And then on the 7th at 9:34 p.m., we chose to resend to the non-visitors. And so the only thing I had to do is go in and configure, we'll call this add drip, configure the campaign drip very simply, very easily. Test drip. And you can send to the non-openers, the people who have opened but did not actually click, or you can send a follow-up blast to everybody who did open and click through. Maybe a reminder for an event that you're hosting. Schedule it using a template, and you're off to the races. One of the great things about Boingnet is that you've got an ability to use what we call variable data in your subject line. So your subject line can actually greet each person uniquely by name. Research has shown that open rates are typically 7 to 20% higher when you use a person's name in the subject line. And so I can just grab a variable data field here, say first name, say we hope you can come to our event. So, very simple, very easy way to personalize your email. Personalization is something we're going to talk a lot about here as we go along. Now, there's one other cool new feature that we're going to show you here. Just fill out a couple more fields. Date and time for the send. The from address. Dennis. The from name. Kelly. And now I can run a spam check. So we have integrated a spam testing service into Boignet's email engine. And so what this will do is actually, it will check out the content of your email template, your subject line, and then assign a score to the email send. And the score will indicate how likely it is to be considered spam by the most commonly used spam filter called Spam Assassin. And so as you can see here, in this case, we had a score of 1.3, which is very low. It's a great score. If you get a score in the 5 range, you start to be considered spammy. Anything over 5, you've got a pretty good chance that you're going you're going to fall into a spam trap. There's a lot of words that you can use in your content, in your subject line, that can get you into trouble without you even knowing it. And so it's not just the common spam words that everybody sees in their spam folders, but even things like discount or insurance or save money. Those types of phrases can get you into trouble with the spam filters. And this is a little tool that can help you from getting tripped up by those spam filters. So now next, we'll take a look at our personalized campaigns. So personalized campaigns are a really powerful thing that's very unique to Boingnet. What we're able to do with personalized campaigns is merge a list with a landing page or a microsite, and then create a unique URL for each person on the list. So you may ask, why would you want to do that? Seems like a lot of work. Well, it's actually not a work. It's very fast and very simple in Boingnet. The reason why you want to do it is because you can take the data that you have about each person on the list and use it to personalize their experience, and then you can track each person and whether or not they have interacted with your landing page, and if they have, what exactly they've done. So it's a very, very powerful capability that can be utilized across direct mail as well as email, and you can combine them. So this is really our most powerful campaign type. And as soon as folks get accustomed to some of the concepts here, they're able to crank out these campaigns and generate really high return on investment, because they can take advantage of really powerful personalization without having to invest tens of thousands of dollars in research and development and hiring programmers. Marketers are able to do this with very little assistance. So if I were to click on the page, you can see here, this is a sample of a company that had lent money to other companies through various loans. And so you can see that this person, or this company in this case, JK Costumes TX, was the target. And we are now tracking the fact that this page has been opened. We can track on all the clicks by target. We can track whether or not a form has been filled out by target. We also have an ability to pre-fill the form with information that we already have. And so the research shows that when you make the form really fast and easy to fill out, more people fill out the form. You get better conversion. Makes perfect sense. And so we can take data from the list and put it right in the form. Maybe my email address has changed. I could override that right here. I could put in my client code and click review loan offer, and I'm off to the races. So what's personalized about this? Well, the name here in the headline, we want to lend money to J&K Costumes. That's personalized. This component, how much the loan has been pre-approved for, both the written amount and the dollar amount. The client code is unique. And so anything that can be rendered on a landing page or in an email can be set up to be personalized in a personalized campaign. So those are the 4 campaign types: lead generation, drip nurturing, email campaigns, and personalized campaigns. Next, we'll take a quick look at lists. Lists are a very important part of Boingnet, and we've got some great features here that everybody should be aware of. So first, one of the unique things in Boingnet is that you can set up as many lists as you want. Right? So there's no limit to the number of lists, no limit to the number of contacts, and you can import these lists over again without having to worry about running into conflicts in the database, which a lot of other marketing automation systems can really only have one master list. So it's very simple and very fast to set up a list. We can do that right now. There's a lot of places that we can take list data from. We can pull in CSV or Excel files. We can import directly from MailChimp, import directly from Salesforce.com, Microsoft Dynamics, or HubSpot. So most commonly, folks will just pop an Excel file into Boingnet. So we'll do an example here. Let's list. Click on an Excel file. And now, while I'm bringing in this list, what's going to happen within Boingnet is it will set up the list to be mapped from each of the columns. As you can see, the columns of the spreadsheet have been automatically assigned to the columns within Boingnet. And so we're able to successfully automatically map several columns for you. We'll get to the white colored columns. They haven't been mapped, so we'll just do a little bit of manual mapping here. And also have an ability to utilize fields in Boingnet that are we don't have a particular title for. So we can actually take the title of your column. In this case, we've coded each person with a number 1 or number 2. And we'll map that to variable field 1. We're going to map their blog to variable field 2. So now that I've done that, whenever I use variable field 1 from this list in a campaign, I can use the data from that list in the creative. It could be in the subject line, it could be on an email template, it could be in a landing page, it could be in a form. And then I can take also that information and create some really unique experiences using our variable logic feature, which we'll show you in just a minute. As you can see, it says your list is being imported. You'll be notified by email once the import is complete. Go to Contact Lists, and you can see the test list is now in place. There's a little indicator next to it that says Clean. So in order to use a list in email, we actually have to run through a cleaning process. And this is a great feature, very unique to Boingnet, where what we'll do is clean up your mailing list by checking against common spelling errors. We'll check against what are called honeypot spam addresses that are distributed in ways to find people who are spamming. And we'll also actually go out and try to do a handshake with the email server for every single person on your list. What we'll do is verify that those are good email addresses. If they're not good, we'll set them aside. You can download them. You can find other sources and fix that email address in your list at any time. Once you fix it and save it, it will then be eligible to be mailed to. So that's a quick overview on lists. Next, we'll move into the template section of Boingnet. This is a really important part of the system. Got a lot of interesting and powerful capabilities here. The templates that you build are used as either pages or emails. And these templates are reusable assets that once you build them, you've got them in this library that can be searched and sorted based on any of these columns and can be reused across multiple campaigns. So as you build up your template library, you end up becoming far more productive in Boingnet. You get a few templates, you can start modifying them quickly, you can copy those templates, give them a new name, and use the new template instantly. So we're going to create a new template. And you can see we've got a lot of different ways to create templates. We can use our template builder for the landing pages or emails. We can import templates from other sources. So if you've got HTML that you want to drop into Boingnet and utilize in a Boingnet template, you can do that here. We can also import pages from other sites as well. So we can pull the HTML in from a live website where you can modify and edit the software from there. So what we're going to do here for today is build a new email template. And we've got a couple of different ways of doing this. We've recently launched several pre-configured email templates that you can see here. So these are a series of different types of pre-defined templates with different color schemes and different column structures. I'm just going to grab this one and start editing. So, as you can see here, it's saying logo. Well, what do? One of the great things we've got is we have a asset manager in which you can upload your images, your files that you want to use in your campaigns. You can upload fonts, style sheets. If you're more technical, grab go from our asset manager and pop it into place. Headline goes here. Okay, I'm going to drop in a headline. I'm going to say hello, and I'm going to use the person's first name right in the headline. Simple as tapping on a variable data field. We talked about over in the list section all the different fields that we have standard, and then those user-defined fields that we utilized. So we had a code, maybe you've got purchase information, or maybe you've got a classification of your leads that you want to use. And you can take any data that you've captured about your leads or your customers and use them in the creative content. Next, we can use what we call variable logic. And so here, we can say, well, depending upon the data that we've got, I guess I'll say if state equals MA, then display this content. Go Patriots. Now, only the people on my list from the state of Massachusetts will see that particular text. Everybody else won't see anything there unless I add another one. I could say, all right, for my Colorado prospects, I'm going to be a Broncos fan. Broncos. So now we're segmenting our list based on the data that we've got, and we're presenting some unique content. Anything that can appear in an email or anything that can show up on a page can be used in these statements. So I can put in a link. Maybe I want the state of Massachusetts people to go to a link to a particular item that I am promoting. Or I'm going to download a different PDF for the Massachusetts people than I'm going to have for the Colorado people. Or I can put in an image that will only be displayed to the Massachusetts people. If I have any Tom Brady images. Just some boring Boingnet content here, unfortunately. So grab that, put it in, and now only the Massachusetts people will see that little watering image. One of the other things we can do is change the colors. We can access the source code. So if you're technically inclined, you can pop in and edit the source code in any one of these blocks. So the template editor is very powerful, but very simple at the same time. It allows you to create these personalized emails, personalized pages, without having to become a programmer. Once they're saved, you reuse them across campaigns, you copy them, you modify them, and you become a very, very productive marketer. That's a quick overview of the base system. We also have some special features for marketing agencies. We have a separate edition of Boingnet where you can, as an agency, set up clients. You can set up as many clients as you want. You can upload your logo and then give each of your clients a different login. And then when they log in, they will only see your name rather than the Boingnet name. And when they log in, they can access their reports and only their reports. They won't see the reports of your other agency clients. And so this allows you to run campaigns for your clients and give them access to their reporting in real time without having to create a custom dashboard for every single one. We do that for you. And the next thing I want to show you is our latest and greatest innovation. We have integrated Boingnet through a service called Zapier. Zapier is a website that has a product that allows different web applications to connect to each other. And what it allows you to do is to create, in a very simple point-and-click interface, ways to tie together different types of systems. So, for example, if you were hosting an event, the most common and most popular event management system out there on the internet is called Eventbrite. I can search through the over 600 different applications, here we go, that are in the Zapier directory. And through a very simple point-and-click interface, I can say, all right, every time we get a new attendee for the event that I'm hosting, I'm going to have Boingnet add that person to my existing drip nurture campaign. So Eventbrite handles ticketing, it handles charging people for tickets if it's a charged event, handles registration, and automatically Eventbrite will tell Boingnet, hey, I've got a new trigger, here's the action that I want to have occur. I'm going to add this person to my drip nurture. So what you want to do is continually remind people of the event, give them information about the event to get them all excited to show up, and when they hear the sales pitch that you're delivering at the event, they'll be prepared, they'll have lots of information, they'll have questions, and it'll be a much stronger attended and much more powerful event that way. So, some other examples. Let's say something happens in Boingnet and I want to update my CRM system, maybe Salesforce.com. So I'm going to pick Boingnet and say, all right, when a email gets clicked on this campaign, I'm going to have Salesforce they update a contact. So all of your Boingnet activities, whether a form gets completed or a list has been updated or an email has been clicked, can trigger different types of activities in most of the popular CRM systems that are out there on the web. Salesforce.com, Sugar, HubSpot, all the leading CRM systems out on the internet have all come together here in Zapier. And now we can tie into them through this very, very simple point-and-click interface. So this is really a great new feature that Boingnet has just rolled out. We're just starting to really understand all the different things we can do with it, but it really follows through on what we have been trying to focus on, which is using fast, easy, and affordable systems to give marketers really powerful tools. So Zapier accounts can be set up very simply, very quickly. There's a free account that gets you up to 100 tasks per month, and then they have different plans for $20 and $50, $75 a month. Most customers of ours will fall into the free, basic, or business categories. So low money for really, really powerful integration between Boingnet and 600 other applications out there. So that's the high-level Boingnet 101 overview. We thank you for carving out some time today to watch and listen and learn more about Boingnet. And we'd love to set up a time to dig in further with you. And so if you have any availability over the next couple of weeks and you want to speak with Liz or Chaz or myself, anybody in our team, about how we can help you get your campaign off the ground, we would love to do that. Thank you very much, and we'll look forward to talking soon.